Tata Sons has won the bid to acquire national carrier Air India. The conglomerate placed a winning bid of 18,000 crore to reacquire the airline more than half a century after it ceded control to the government. Ratan Tata tweeted, "Welcome back Air India." Apart from 100% stake in Air India and its low-cost arm, Air India Express, the winning bid also includes a 50% stake in ground handling company Air India SATS Airport Service Private Limited.
The Tata Sons Private Limited, their SPV, Talis Private Limited, is the winning bidder at 18,000 crore. The second bidder was consortium led by Shri Ajay Singh. The transaction does not include non-core assets, including land and building, valued at 14,718 crore. These are not being part of the transaction. These are being transferred to Government of India's AIAHL. It includes Nariman Point, Air India headquarters here, some other buildings. Tata Sons SPV has emerged as a successful bidder for the sale of equity shareholding of GOI in Air India, in AIXL, which is a subsidiary of Air India as a part of this transaction, and 50% of Air India in AISATS, which is another joint venture of Air India, along with management control. Total debt as on August 31, 2021 will be 61,562 crores. Out of that, the debt which will be taken over by the successful bidder will be 15,300 crore. As you said, that 18,000 crore is the bid, of which 15% consideration will be cash and 85% will be debt. So 15,300 crore will be taken off. So debt position after debt taken over by the successful bidder will remain 46,262 crores. That is the debt which is remaining. 46,262 crore. This is going to be going to the AIAHL.
All right, let's now go across to Vishnu Som and Sunil for more details. Vishnu, first tell us more about the details of this entire deal.
Well, it's absolutely historic, isn't it, Gargi? Remember, it was the Tatas who started Air India. They called it Tata Airlines. It became Air India International. Ultimately, that airline was nationalized. And now, all of these decades later, after submitting a winning bid of 18,000 crores, remember the reserve price was 12,000 crores, so substantially higher than the reserve price. Air India are set to acquire, I beg your pardon, the Tatas are set to acquire Air India. And assuming every process between now and the end of December does take place, and there are quite a few steps left by way of paperwork and permissions, then this could be a restart for India's national carrier, which is mired in debt. That debt has essentially almost killed off Air India, and this is very much an 11th hour rescue as far as the airline is concerned. The Tatas need to look at this, and I'm sure they have, from not just an emotional perspective, because remember, JRD Tata had started civil aviation in India. Ratan Tata has always said that he wanted to have a much larger stake in Indian aviation, by which he's always meant Air India. But to make this work financially is going to be, I dare say, one of the biggest challenges of the Tata Group. Let's briefly consider the numbers that we have. As of the 31st of August, Air India has a total debt of 61,562 crores. The bidder, in other words, the Tatas, of that 18,000 crores, which is their winning bid, they have actually got 15,300 crores, which is going to go towards servicing the debt of the airline. But then the question that needs to be asked is, what about the remaining debt of 46,262 crores? That 46,262 crores is going to a special purpose vehicle. So what happens? Who pays for that debt? Somebody needs to pay it. And the answer is that the Tatas would be paying a large part of that debt of 46,262 crores. If they are unable to, then it is backed by a sovereign guarantee from the Government of India. So at no stage will lenders who are owed money from India not get their money. So how does the government actually intend to also, if required, pay off a part of that 46,262 crores? they would do it by selling off the non-core assets of Air India. That's property and many other things associated with that. So that is partly how this is actually going to be funded, that whopping debt of 46,262 crores. Why is this all being done? One final figure before we go across to Sunil. You and me, Gargi, taxpayers in this country, have supported Air India from 2009-2010 to the extent of 1,10,276 crore rupees. The airline is losing 20 crore rupees every single day. Completely, totally untenable from a financial standpoint. It had to be sold, or else thousands were going to lose their jobs. As it turns out, and this is my final point, those jobs are going to be protected for 1 year. In the second year onwards, there will be a voluntary retirement scheme. The Tatas will have to work out something that makes financial strength. Remember, Air India has more people per aircraft than possibly any other large airline in the world. And that ratio needs to be fixed for this airline to make financial sense.